Yes, my friend, this is Minister Hill once again with part two of my message. And I was talking about heaven. Oh, what a beautiful place. And I left off talking about old Lucifer, the son of the morning, was in heaven. And God kicked him out, cast him out to the ground because he was high-minded. And he wanted to lift himself above God. And if you are an angel or even a man here on earth and you high-minded, God will cast you out of his presence. So we're going to continue with this message talking about heaven. How many want to go to heaven? So heaven is a place for the righteous. If God didn't allow his holy angel to stay in heaven just with the very thoughts, then you must know that we can't go there with ungodly doings or ungodly deeds. He was cast out just for the very thoughts of thinking to lift himself above God. So you know we can't go here on earth into the very act. No, we can't. So now to be absent from the body is to be present with the Christ. If you should die in the Lord, you then will go straight right now to heaven. No more purgatory. Yes, Jerusalem is the mother city of all cities. A city that was designed by God. A city, a place where Israel was to keep holy. But as we all know, where a man is, Satan will also be in the midst. So there is much commotion and trouble in that holy city. O Zion, what's the matter now? And in the book of Psalms, the 122nd chapter and the 6th verse says, pray for the peace in Jerusalem. God will not be outdone. He wanted that city to be the example city unto us all. But God, in John's revelation, saw Jerusalem. Yeah. John saw the revelation given to him by Jesus. He saw the new Jerusalem, which will come down out of heaven, this new Jerusalem. A lot of people are thinking, as a Christian, when they die, that they're going to heaven and that they're going to stay there. No, you may go, but you're not going to stay there. Jesus revealed to John that this new city, this new Jerusalem, without corruption, is going to be coming down. Yes. At the first, God destroyed the earth by water or with water. But the next time, he is going to purify the earth with fire. How many know that? Let us read in Revelation, the 21st chapter of Revelation, if you want to follow along. 21. And it says that in verse 1, and I saw a new heaven and a new earth. This is John. He said he saw this in the vision. Not only was it told by to him, but he saw it with his own eyes. I saw a new heaven and a new earth. This earth is going to be burned up. For the first heaven and the first earth were passed away, and there was no more sea. There won't be no more sea. There will be no more seas of water. We will be in a mortified body, which need not to drink water, but we will drink from the fountain that spring up out of Jesus Christ, which will cause us not to ever thirst again for natural water. And the water I'm referring to that comes up out of Jesus is his spirit. Amen. So we're going back to John's revelation, what he saw. And verse 2, I, John, saw the holy city, the new Jerusalem, coming down from God out of heaven. See, this is what all nations are going to dwell in, new Jerusalem, coming down out of heaven, prepared as a bride adorned for her husband. Verse 3, and I heard a great voice out of heaven saying, behold, the tabernacle of God is with men, and he will dwell with men and with them. And they shall be his people, and God himself shall be with them, and be their God. Yes, the holy city, the new Jerusalem, the tabernacle of God is with men. God, even in the beginning and even now, want people to come into his tabernacle with singing, and to his courts with praise. The new Jerusalem that's coming down from heaven will have God as the pastor and Jesus as the co-pastor. Now let us look at verse 4. Revelation 21 and 4. And God shall wipe away all tears from their eyes, and there shall be no more death, neither sorrow. You having all this now, death and sorrow. No more crying, neither shall there be any more pain, for the former things are passed away. Isn't that beautiful? No more pain in your body. No more pain from somebody walking off and hurting you. All that former stuff will be passed away. No more sorrow because you lost a loved one in a tragedy. God is going to wipe away all tears, and there's going to be a tree with its leaves on both sides of the river, and God is going to allow nations to eat of that tree, and it will cause complete healing. My God. So the new Jerusalem that's coming down from heaven, God is going to be the pastor. When you get to heaven, there won't be no more bishops and apostles and doctors and reverends. You hear you all those titles here on earth. That's why I call myself minister. Keep myself abased and humble. Because if you get to heaven, you will not have those titles. God is going to be the pastor of his sheep. My Lord. So, I'm getting ready to go to part 3. I advise you to stay tuned, talking about that beautiful city, heaven. My God.